Group 4 is all about story problems, or Group 3, I'm sorry. Our first story problem talks about the sum of three consecutive numbers. The word sum means addition. And the word consecutive means it's going to go in order. So if I were talking about consecutive numbers, it could be like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I was talking about consecutive even numbers, it'd be 2, 4, 6. Consecutive odd would be like 1, 3, 5. So numbers that are going to fall in order. Since it doesn't say even or odd, these will be one right after the other. And it says I'm going to have 3 of them. So I have 3 blanks. And since sum means addition, I will be adding those 3 things together, and it's going to equal 72. So now to determine what those 3 things are. I gotta pick a variable because I don't know what any of the numbers are. But it says I need to find the smallest of those numbers. So I can let my variable x equal the smallest number. So if x is my smallest number, then that means if I wanted to find my middle number, I would have to go up 1. So it would be x plus 1. So then if I wanted to find my biggest number, I would have my smallest, but instead of adding 1, I would actually be adding 2 to it. So now I drop my line, and I start to combine like terms. I have 1, 2, 3 x's for a total of 3x. I have this whole number here and this whole number here, so 1 plus 2 is 3, and I'm still equaling 72. Circle what I'm solving for. How do I get rid of a plus 3? I minus 3 from both sides, so I end up with 3x equals 69. Still inside the circle, which means it's a multiply or divide move, so I'm going to divide by 3, and x is going to equal 23, which means my smallest number is 23. Which means my middle number would be 23 plus 1, which is 24. And then my biggest number would be 23 plus 2, which is 25, in case you ever needed to find all 3. Story problem number 2 talks about students on a field trip. It says that you have 331 students that went on a field trip. 6 buses were filled and 7 students traveled in cars. How many students were in each bus? So, how many total students are traveling on this field trip? It says right here that 331 are going on the field trip. Then it talks about how are they traveling. So our question asks how many students were in each bus. So I'm going to let B stand for the number of students in each bus. So if B stands for the number of students, I know I'm going to have a B in there. Now, how many B's do I have? Depends on how many buses I have. Does it tell me? Right here, it says that you're going to have 6 buses. Are those the only students who are traveling? No, because it outlines right here that 7 of them went via car. So I'm going to add to those 6 buses 7 students in order to get my total number. I'm going to draw my line, circle what I'm solving for. How do I get rid of the plus 7? Subtract 7 from both sides. 331 minus 7 is 324. And bring down your 6b. Once again, circling what you're solving for. How do you get rid of the 6? Divide by 6, and b equals 54. So that 54 represents the number of students. So you should say number of students, 54 students in each bus. You have the remainder of this time to work on the other 2 story problems, any problems you didn't get done in Group 1 or Group 2, or the bonus problems.